Bienvenidos a John Mon Games. Hoy os traigo Metaphobia. Os dejaré en la descripción el enlace para que podáis descargar el juego y otro para que podáis descargar la traducción. Empezamos.
My name is Richard Elmstat, and I used to call this city home. If you live here long enough, the stench of this city seeps into your skin, and you have to get out. I lived here long enough, and then some. Long enough to get to know the people at the top, the politicians who line their pockets while the city decays, the vultures who take what they want while the rest of us go hungry. I'm a painter. I don't make much off my work, but I get by. I come from a long line of politicians, but I never wanted any part of that life. I traded the mansion on the hills for the life of a starving artist the first chance I got. I never regretted it. All the city reporters used to know my name. Some of them knew me for my work. Most knew me for my father. Carl Elmstat, my father, was the leader of the beloved Cosmopolitan Party. And this past year, he ran for mayor. He was running against Edward Raban, an old rival of his, and pledged to change the way City Hall did business. He was a natural leader and an honest man. He saw the city not for what it was, but for what it could be. Politics was more than a job for my father. It was his calling. He never took a vacation and always showed up at town halls, for better or worse. The people adored him. Even when he failed, they knew he was fighting for them. He was fighting to take the city back, and the vultures at the top weren't going to let him. The night it happened was nothing special. He was working from home, as he often did. That night was his last. A cold-blooded armed robber broke in and shot him. The killer stole everything he could and left my father bleeding on the floor. My father was a noble man. He deserved better. When I was a kid, my father never had time for me. When I got older, I decided I didn't have time for him. Now I'm burying him, and I wish I could go back. I wish I could talk to him one more time. I'd tell him that I admired his courage, that I loved him, and always did. This was no random crime. It was calculated, planned. I'm sure of it. After the election, my father made enemies, and that night one of them struck back. In my bones, I know that Edward Raban is responsible for this atrocity, but I have to prove it. I don't have many friends in this city, but if there's one person who can help me at a time like this, it's Judy. I only hope she'll take my call. Hello, Patricia. I really missed you.
Hi, Dad.
How was your trip? I hope you weren't bored. It's a long way from home.
What do you think? I was just staring out the window contemplating life? It's the 21st century, Dad. I have my phone. Can we just skip the lame small talk?
Well, somebody's a bit cranky from the trip. Why don't you just relax a bit? We'll talk later.
Can't wait.
I have to find out what happened to my father. I know I haven't spoken to Judy in more than 6 years, but I need her help. I should call her as soon as possible. Why should I call her when she's here? This place is a mess. I better clean it up. I'll start with these scissors. My knife! I've been looking for this for weeks. I wonder why it's in here. I don't need anything in there. I'm not hungry. I wish I had time for an... I'll leave that there. Do you have a moment, sweetheart?
What is it?
That's it for now.
Okay.
No time for jazz right now. No time. No. My paintbrush. I'll take it. I don't need to touch that. I don't want to change my clothes right now. I already took a shower today. I'm sorry, Father. I wish I'd been a better son to you when you were alive. I promise. I will find out who did this to you. I will. I don't need that. Every war ends in peace. Father's favorite motto. I remember having this poster all over our house. I wonder why the word peace is written in capital letters. I love the smell of antique wood. The police already went through his documents and computer data as part of their investigation. I won't find anything useful in there. I love the smell of It's empty. Peroxide in his work office? That's unusual. I'll take it nevertheless. Let me see. An old phone book. I'll take it. Never know who I may need to call. The old phone book is enough. What a nice shelf. I've never seen it before, but I haven't been here in ages. An old phone book. Hydrogen peroxide. Of course. She never answers her phone, even though the thing is practically glued to her hands. I love the smell. I love such a beautiful oak desk. No time to... Looks cozy. Every war ends in peace. Father's favorite motto. I remember having this poster all over our house. I wonder why the word peace is written in capital letters. What is that? It's a sealed document. Why did Father hide it like this? An envelope I found in Father's office. I should open it carefully. These documents appear to be some kind of policy agenda. Let me see. Wow, this is huge. These documents detail my father's proposals for a wide array of new social programs. He called it Project Cosmo. He wanted to reinvest in the city's educational system with major building renovations and a new vocational school downtown. He had a plan to fight homelessness too. The city would build new shelters and partner with drug rehabilitation centers on a new work training program. He was going to raise the minimum wage and create a system that would offer healthcare to all city residents. It's ambitious to say the least. But how would he pay for it? Apparently Project Cosmo also included an anti-corruption initiative. My father had located hundreds of millions of dollars in misused funds. This was money that was flowing to organized crime syndicates and, of course, right into the pockets of Edward Raban and his political cronies. This document identifies at least 24 politicians from both parties who were stealing money from the budget. Amazing. Raban must have found out about this and knew it would be the end of him. Could this be why he had my father killed? I wonder who else knows about this. I may be the only one. I should be careful with these documents. Do you have a moment, sweetheart?
What is it?
How is my sweetest angel?
How should I know? Ask one of your girlfriends.
Come on, Patty. Really?
What do you want me to say?
We haven't seen each other in months. I really missed you.
Oh boy, here we go again. Yes, Dad, I love you too. Do we have to do this every 5 minutes?
When did you become so sarcastic?
I don't know, this morning.
Never mind. How you holding up, honey? I mean, with Grandpa.
It's still hard to believe. I can't wrap my mind around it. How can anyone be so evil?
I ask myself that question every day.
I miss him so much.
Me too. How is school?
Can we please skip the "how is school" and "gee, what nice weather we're having" conversations?
Just asking.
School is fine.
Are you still interested in art? Or are you totally obsessed with boys now?
Are you making fun of me?
Trying to make a joke.
Of course I'm still interested in art, Dad.
What are you working on? Still painting? Sculpting? What?
I'm not in the mood for this right now.
Come on. We used to always talk about art. It was fun, wasn't it?
It was. I just don't feel like talking about it right now.
Okay, geez. Fine. How is your mother?
Oh, now you care? After 10 years?
Patty, stop. I just want to know how she is.
She's fine. She's got a new boyfriend. He's okay, but he's bald.
So?
Why would anyone date a bald guy when they can date a guy with hair?
Don't be so shallow.
Just being realistic, Dad. You should try it.
I am. I just don't judge people based on their looks. Maybe one day you'll go bald. Then what would you say?
Yeah, right.
That's it for now.
Okay.
An old phone book. I don't need to call anyone from the phone book. No, that... Hydrogen peroxide. Every war ends in... There's nothing else. The old phone. Father's book collection. It contains a wide variety of books, from encyclopedias and phone books to philosophy and science. The police already... Looks like my father finally entered the digital age. I have to say, I'm surprised. I love this. Such a looks cozy. It's empty. It's empty. I love... The police already went through his... By close... What a beautiful view of the garden. Autumn is finally here. The leaves are starting to change.
Bueno, pues hasta aquí. Gracias por ver el vídeo.